A very nice, bright, shiny Winnipeg good morning to you. Well, it's bright and shiny right now. Weatherman's predicting more rain coming in, and we don't need it. They're predicting flooding, but that's the way it goes. I think my elevation here is kind of safe. Anyway, yeah, I did get back to the model table last night, and I did fix our little boo-boo here, which you will see in the rollback. One of the viewers this morning, just maybe about an hour ago, sent me a comment. In fact, it was Vic again, and he says, "Why don't you put a gusset on the other side?" But I was taking a look at it there a moment ago, Vic, and it's pretty strong. I think I'm just going to leave it. Yeah. What we will do though afterwards is we'll put the macro lens on, and we'll take a nice close look at this right here. I did sand it again with the, well, you'll see in the rollback how I used the medium sanding stick, and but this morning I went over it again with the fine, and it looks pretty good. Yeah, we'll put the macro lens on and have a close look after the rollback. But let's just sort of roll back and see how we got to this place. Okay, here's what's happening. Our repair job is still glued to the block of wood exactly the way you saw it in yesterday's episode. I haven't tried to remove it yet. I haven't moved it, not 1 millimeter. I'm going to do a couple of things. I'm going to recompose. I'm also going to reset the camera, and I'm going to take the next scene when we remove the block of wood, if we can, and I think it'll just pop right off. That's my opinion. On the other hand, it might take some wood with it, and we got to do a little bit of sanding. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to set the camera to the best it will do in 8K. Now, right now it's set for the best it can do in 4K. It's 4K 60 10-bit with oversampling, whatever that means. So it's the very best it can do in 4K. Now I'm going to set it for the best it can do in 8K. So it'll be like 8K 60 NEV files with the NRAW file. And there's two settings, either normal or best. I'm going to have it on best. Now when I have it on best, that means that I will go through an entire memory card in just under 3 minutes. So you can imagine I won't be, taking big long videos in 8K, but it'd be nice to be able to do it. And I know that a lot of you are absolutely fed up with me talking about 8K versus 4K and resolution and all that kind of stuff. There seems to be a bit of not a misunderstanding, but questions as to whether or not, at least the people here in Winnipeg that I'm trying to get the program from, Kelly sent me another email, I just got it, and he says that he's trying to get a hold of the DaVinci rep to find out if it can actually render out into 8K video that is put into it from the Nikon cameras. Even I can't keep this straight. Okay, let's reset everything, recompose, and see if we can remove this. And how much damage have we done? This is what makes this hobby interesting. Little things like this. At least I think it's interesting. Let's see what we can do here. Okay, our Z9 is now shooting in 8K best. Now I've got a number, I believe it's a 16 blade here. It's not in very good shape. It looks a little bit ragged on the edge. And I'm going to put it underneath and see what happens when we wedge our repair job off of the block here. You know what? Let's put the macro lens on. Okay, everything is the same. The only difference is we now have the macro lens on. And here we go. Try not to get my fingers in your way. There we go. Oh, I see what was happening. This part here was banging against the edge of the block. I was wondering why I couldn't force it under. Okay, let's turn this over and see how much wood now is stuck on the underside. I don't think very much. Okay, we're still shooting in 8K. And it appears that the plastic conformed to the shape of the wood, but there's no wood attached to it. Let's just try and get the end squared up a little bit here. And I think I'm going to have to get my hand in your light here, I'm afraid. I think once we sand that down just a little bit carefully, and once it's painted over, we're not going to even know that it's stuck to the wood. Okay, let's get everything set back to normal. Okay, it is this morning and we are back to normal. And as I mentioned earlier, we did slip on the macro lens. Okay, well, I've still got the macro lens on. I was thinking if I was to take the extra thin here and just sort of swab the top of that, I'll bet you we could get rid of even those little tiny sanding marks that are left. Now, mind you, when it's painted over, it's probably not going to show anyway, but that might be kind of sort of fun to do. Okay, sometimes these things do not work out as planned, and I end up making a fool of myself here. Now, I don't want to pool it on, because it'll deform the surface. I just want to try and get rid of the... I'm thinking this will actually work pretty good. Get the burrs off the edge too. Whoops. Okay, let's not do it anymore. I don't know how much time has passed here, but I left the camera running so I could do the time-lapse thing. And I think it's pretty dry. Now, you notice that how pitted it is. Looks like little tiny craters on the platform. And, well, we'll say it's got hit by shrapnel or something. However, if I had have pooled it on, it might have filled those in. But, you know, the paint's going to fill that in anyway. Now, those of us who have studded winter tires like I do have to have them off by the 1st of May, and the summer tires put on. So, yeah, my son came over today and changed them for me, and that's the reason why we're going to have a little bit of a shorter episode. I was more sidetracked than usual, so I just thought I'd let you know. That's my excuse for a short episode today, and there's other stuff going on. Anyway, just thought I'd let you know. Well, it's nice to see the birds coming back. Anyway, what I was going to say here was I don't think I need to apologize for having a short episode. But tomorrow will be better, all being well. And at the beginning of today's episode, I think I indicated that I was going to update you, if I'm not mistaken, as to what's happening with the DaVinci Resolve editing software. And Kelly did get back to me again yesterday later. And he had more information from Nikon as to what we actually need to get. So the latest is he's got the go-ahead to bring it in with the speed editor, and I'm guessing maybe 10 days, and that'll be kind of a fun thing. We'll have a box opening. We'll try it out. Maybe we can take some screenshots, and that might be kind of fun. It'll be sort of model ship related because I'll be using it 99% of the time for editing the model ship show. Anyway, I'm going to call it quits here for this afternoon. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I got a coffee visitor, and I've been kind of busy today. Well, I've been busy trying to be busy. Let's put it that way. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody, and all being well, we're gonna see you tomorrow.